Gully 505, Justini Linguini, Ramdingler, and Superficial Intelligence. You may know these people. We played an FFA in one of Gully's live streams, and this is exactly how it went. We're going to take a look at it. First off, we have Gully here, playing IMO. We're playing in the beta, by the way, so IMO here starts with Philosophy and a Mindbender. While Justini is playing Luxidor and starts with 3 fruits, as well as more starting stars. Ramdangler here is playing Vengir. Vengir has been buffed a lot since this beta, and they can now research backwards, which makes them very, very strong. Might be one of the strongest economies in the game now. This is me. I'm playing Hudrick, the Clown Tribe. And these clowns now start with some extra starting stars. Which is interesting because it allows you to do the same exact opening that you've always had, but just a bit better. And then Superficial Intelligence. Yeah, Yadak, but a terrible spawn. Let's see. They have roads, I guess. They have some additional starting stars as well. And of course the road to trade, which is a very strong technology, as we get to see. Now I will focus on my point of view for this game, because this game took over an hour, which is very long. So we'll get to see what happens here. And spoiler alert, it's epic. So let's take a look, shall we? We go for that opener, and we immediately see Justini here. We meet them, and they smack our freaking archer right on the noggin. It's not great, but knowing Hudrick, you know, we have that great opener where we can just smack them all right at back. Let it go. Oh, and we see their capital. This was a continents map. That's not the wrong button. That's the wrong button. There you go. It's a normal continents, which is kind of a packed map type for 5 players, which is actually a pretty good thing for our tribe here, because we're kind of good at, you know, making use of the forest tiles early game, as well as archers in very tricky positions to make gains on our opponent, which is great. Lovely. Now back. Because of these new opening stars, we get to level up our capital earlier, together with, of course, the meeting stars. Lovely. We move them back. We see a move back. We protect this archer so that we don't get to lose this village. And this is where it actually starts being a 1v1 against Justini. At least we think. So we get that upgrade. Take an explorer just to see what's going on. Get that ruin, which is lovely. See what they train. That's a rider. And they haven't upgraded their capital yet. I mean, it is already level 3. Oh, it produces 4 stars. Interesting. I thought that that was not how that works. Wait. Did Luxidor just get buffed? Oh no, they chose to go for the forests. Huh, interesting. Didn't know that. Anyhow, let's continue. Oh, by the way, if anyone knows how to change your in-game name, please let me know, because this is way overdue. Nobody has an idea that I am I'm that guy with that cheesecake thing. Okay, Explorer reveals a lot of territory. We see Yadak territory, and then we start spamming archers because that's what you do with Hudrick, right? But fortunately for Justini, he's a good player. He knows what to do. And he's going to give us a hard time trying to capture his cities. Actually, he's in a position where he's actually gaining momentum on me, which is terrifying because I'm Hoodrick, and well, riders are a good counter to my archers here. Get to move on to that ruin, and we get to take out some of his units. And something that is often overlooked with Hoodrick is that archers need something to tank for it, because just some riders will take it out, and that's where the forced defense bonus comes in. Having that is just so great because it now takes 3 hits from a normal warrior or rider to kill one of these warriors, which is just great. We get to meet our friend Superficial here. Gives us some more stars. And we get population growth, which allows me to do this crazy play here. Getting riding, getting roads, roading in that warrior. Boppity boopy. We get the siege. Their city. Lovely. And now we see Yadak make a play for their capital. They get to unsiege. Unfortunate. But what we get to do is this. Just counter siege it. Siege again. But actually not, because my rider is a bit more valuable than this city, which only makes 3 stars. I guess it might have been worth it, but I would rather just keep this rider. That's just guaranteed value. And now they siege, which was actually the plan all along. We're kind of just teaming up on Justini, which is mean. But Justini is too good for me, so we get to level up some of our cities here. Our economy is not in a fantastic place, but oh well. You'll get to see how that works itself out. That's the last city of Justini. Well, in the meantime, we're in first place. We have somebody else's capital. These scores are kind of close. Gully is getting beaten up here. I won't spoil how that works out until we figure out what's going on here actually. Because this is actually a really interesting matchup here. I watched back the stream, which I advise you to do as well. It was really, really fun watching that back to see how IMO versus Fengir is just completely different in this beta here, because usually what you say is Fengir is trying to just overrun IMO in the early game, but with the new economy that Fengir can make, it's the other way around, which is really interesting, really bizarre. Level up our capital, do some more tricky moves. Justini gets to make a veteran rider, which is fine. I can siege their city, take out some of those units, get our first giant on turn 11, which is horrendous. And you may have noticed that I don't actually have forestry yet, which is weird, but for now it seems to be working out fine. Take a look at how long my turns are. This is actually where Justini gave up, I believe, which is, I mean, it's a level 1 city. What can you do? Take out some of those units, get our giant onto the water. First blood. Take an explorer, see what's going on here. See another large city. You see a juggernaut. Oh, one of the Finger cities is getting sieged. Oh, that's fine. It almost looks as if we are just steamrolling into Yadak now with the way that this was set up. Is we made perfect use of what was going on here, and we took all of their cities with the help of Superficial, and now we're going to just use that momentum against them. And that put me in first place with a decent margin, but you need to think about the fact that Ramdingler is a very good player. Superficial and Gully as well, they're strong players. I can't just steamroll my way through this game, because they will know what to do. Which is good. That's a good challenge. I love that. See that going on? Knight, squish units. Squish units. All of these. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all just one hit from this guy. So we need to get rid of that. But luckily, we have vision. We see some more stuff going on here. We see that Yadak is fighting against Vengir, which is good for us. That means that we are still making use of the sandwich principle, where two larger empires take over Poland. But anyhow, we get to siege that city. Take some of those units out. I moved my giant into this spot just because, I mean, it's fine if this, I can hit this as well. So as long as this unit can't, I mean, you can't road in here because there's a forest. So as long as I don't make the mistake of giving them the opportunity to bridge here, which has ruined me before, I've learned from my mistakes. Don't just go around bridging people. That's mean. But what's really interesting here is that my economy is actually not that great. I have a large army, and I'm steamrolling in terms of army. But with the new Vengir, that is not how you win the game anymore. I mean, a good economy has always been something that wins games. But I would have thought that, well, let this play out, that with just enough momentum, you can still overwhelm people, especially if they're still fighting each other. So that was my thought, is just blitzkrieg my way to victory. Well, these guys are just all fighting. But what's interesting is that I didn't keep track of this while playing, but actually Ramdingler and Gully here, they've actually made peace, and they're now fighting together against Yadak, which is scary because they together have a decent amount of stars they can put into an army, which actually is way larger than the amount that I have. So basically, I had to actually take a step back and not siege this that aggressively, and actually should have worked on getting trade together with math to get the best economy out of all of these, and I didn't. There you see it. This is actually where I kind of figured that out, that these two were working together, which is very fair. If Gully, he was getting basically destroyed by New Vengir, and that's just the way that goes. If you are about to get destroyed, you may as well offer peace, and together you're actually stronger. It's actually better for your economy to do a team up than it is to just take them over, because you can get embassies and such, and also you can diversify the amount of technologies that you spend your stars into, which is better because diversity, right? As you'll see, we get to see the first Gully water tile, so we know that he's here. That's kind of good. Got sailing here, way too assertive. I didn't need it yet. Don't know why I took it. We have this large army. That just got... This is fine. They are still fighting, right? I just need to take this over and then we can start working our way onto this continent bit. Which is weird. It says... Let's see. It says continents. This is an island. This is all connected. Where's the S for the fact that this is continents? I don't understand. It's continent. Wrong thing here. I get free spirit and chivalry just in order to, as soon as possible, I should be able to just smack a bunch of units that way. What? Did we get to see that? Why did we see that? I didn't see that. But, man. This is kind of scary. Now it's 3 of them who all have a better economy than I do together. And that's all against me. I have a sizable economy, but it's not, like, massive or anything. So actually, now it's getting kind of strange because these guys are on the front, but they don't have much striking power. And Ramdingler can just stay safe behind this wall of vassals. He captured that. I thought, you know, at this point, I should just get a bunch of knights. They're probably gonna try to cloak me if they're working together. It's more cities for me than for them. And I saw this market that's like, okay, Gully has markets. Maybe Ramdingler has a couple of them. But there's also some giants and some other stuff. And I want navigation. That's another mistake here. I probably did not need to go navigation here. It's a very expensive technology. These bombers, I could have gotten them later, you know? That Explorer, absolutely worth it. Getting that lighthouse is essential in winning the game here, of course. I could have gotten ramming instead. That would have been fine. Getting rid of these juggernauts is actually way more important here than just spamming this. Another misplay. We're getting cloaked. Good thing we have these knights, I guess. Tried to siege here. I mean, not siege yet, but I tried to, like, just overwhelm Gully. I don't think he has much vision at this point on the water, because I haven't seen any naval units up until that point. So that was fine, but his bomber is also not protected. The city is gotta get sieged. At least on the land, we're still doing fine. But still, my economy is just not good enough to make a very strong navy. And I actually think Gully made a remark on that while playing this game. He was like, doesn't he have markets? And I didn't. I was like, no, I don't need no markets. I got army. Why am I spending so many stars on these bombers, man? They are not doing the trick for me. And actually lose that city to somebody who is only working with 2 cities, which is just pathetic. I mean, I can get it back, but still, like, it's not great. Which actually shows what's going on behind the scenes. Is these guys have, let's count it up, right? 36 stars per 39 stars per turn, and Ramdingler has 38. Both of them have a, like, They have a better economy than I do. They have double the economic output, not even counting superficial here. That's going to win them the game if they keep working together. And that is exactly what's frightening me here. So I need to just either make an end to it or start working on my economy as well, but I just don't. And I thought that I could just outplay them. I can't. These guys are way better than I am. We even get poofed here, which is funny. This is a very good play by Randingler. I love that. We can unsiege here. That's a good part, but it's not great. We're slowly but surely just losing the territory. Yes, we have naval dominance, but what does it really do if you're just lacking so much in economy? It's just not enough. And that's exactly what's going to continue happening for a couple of turns. Get that city back, but in the end, I start losing a lot of cities. I just don't have the power to strike back, and that's going to be how I lose this game. See, I still played a lot, but this is not enough to win the game. It's just the economic output that lost me the game here. I give up somewhere around here because it's not winnable. I hoped that Gully would break peace here with Ramdingler because he was going to win, but no, he was committed to winning with Ramdingler. So hey, good job, guys. It was a cool game. I got in third in the end. Take a look at that score. It was a great game. We should do this more often, definitely. And I think that was pretty interesting. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.